Hey guys, welcome back to the Witchcraft Cycle Workshop. So, thought I'd do a little video here. I have a customer who brought in a '07 Heritage. Beautiful bike. Man, looks good. Low mileage. Anyway, he wants to swap out the exhaust. And what he wants is a true dual, kind of like you'd see on a touring bike, one muffler on each side. Softails really aren't made for that because this exhaust pipe has to curl around and go through this itty bitty hole. But the kit's designed for that, and we're going to see how this works out. He decided to go with a Cobra kit, and it looks pretty good. It was all packaged well. Everything's well packaged. Our muffler, heat shields, pipes. We have brackets mount down here to mount the exhaust on. This here, this is a new bracket for the coil, and the coil mounts to this bracket. It's almost a seat post. Goes all the way down here to the transmission, all the way up here to the bottom of the seat. That's going to have to get replaced to make a little more room, but looks like a pretty good kit. Our tips, our clamps, our screws, nuts, bolts, and 5 pages of instruction. There's a little bit to do to get this done, but I'm not going to video the entire thing, but we'll just hit the highlights here, and we'll see how it fits together, see how it goes. So let's get to it. All right, we got the battery out, and I don't know who did this. This just kills me. We took a plug, added some wire nuts, and a household electrical cord that goes up to the dash for something for God knows what. I don't even know where it goes at this point, but this is not the way you add accessories to your bike. I'll have to track that down later. I'm going to concentrate on the exhaust for now. All right, we have our coil mounting bracket out of there, and this is the way it sits in there. And you can see the new one. You can see where the new one is going to bend backward and give us a little more room to run that exhaust through there, because every little bit is going to count to get that pipe in there. So let's get the coil swapped over, get the new bracket in. All right, we have our new thinner coil bracket on. Coil's mounted, everything's tight. Still does not leave a whole lot of room for that exhaust pipe to go through there, but we'll see. So, got our oil pipe sitting here. We need to take the retaining rings, mounting brackets, and the oxygen sensors off of these to reuse them on the new set. All right, here's our rear head pipe, and you can see where we have to get that through that itty bitty hole. And it says for now on the rear one, do not install the oxygen sensor yet, but it says to go ahead and put it on the front one. So let's read the directions and see what we have to do next. Aha! We're hanging up. I've got to get that pipe to come right up through here. Gonna be tricky. Boy, tricky ain't a word for it. This is gonna be a nightmare. I'm thinking I might have to take this oil line off. Double check the instructions and I'll get back to it. All right. Through the power of editing, it's in there, but it took a while. What I ended up having to do, I had to take the bolts out of the coil bracket again so I could move the coil bracket out of the way. It's a tight fit. I mean, it barely fits through there. And coming through here, I had to take my shift linkage loose, had the coil bracket loose so I could move it up and out of the way. And if you can see where that oxygen sensor goes. The instructions said to leave that out until you got the pipe mounted and then put it in. Well, what I found out was it's easier to put it in ahead of time. So, after a whole lot of frustration and a few choice words and a drink or two, it is somewhat mounted in place. I will tighten it up later after I get the rest of the pipes on here, because I don't want to snug it down until I know everything's going to fit. But yeah, a little variance on what the instructions said to do, but for now it's in there. All right, got our bracket in there. Muffler's loosely clamped in there. Head pipe, intermediate pipe. Comes awful close to the coil. It misses though. Whew. All right, off to the other side. Got our bracket on this side. All right. They look pretty straight and level. We'll do a few adjustments on it here and there, tweak it, tighten it up. And then we can start putting the heat shields on. So our decorative little cap screw hole's not quite lining up. Makes it a little bit tight. There we go. Finishes it off real nice. All right, pretty good for that side. Still got to get her footboard back on. Off to the other side. All right, there we have it. Have to put the footboard on, put the battery back in it, and we'll fire it up. Not a bad looking kit, takes a little bit of work. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about an 8. It's 7. It's got some difficulty, but it's not too bad. We'll get the battery in it, get it back down, and fire it up and see how it sounds. All right, there we go. One dual exhaust, done. Sounds pretty good. I like it. But hey, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. See ya.